Stephanie. Today we are going to be moving through a yoga practice that is designed to kind of flush out the system. So we can think of it on a physical level, unwinding the tissue, flushing out toxins from the body. We can also think about it from the perspective of the mind and taking whatever is happening in the mind, whether it is stress, anxiety, depression, and starting to flush that out with consistent and repetitive movement. I hope you enjoy. So let's come to stand at the top of our mat. Let's bring our toes together, our heels slightly apart, and start to stack and organize the body here. We want to settle into our ujjayi breath, so the breath is in and out through the nose. Slight constriction in the back of your throat. We're standing nice and tall, the shoulders are draping down back, and we're reaching through the crown of the head. So we have this beautiful extension from the pelvic floor through the crown of the head. And as we become really still and steady here, close your eyes. Become really present in the body and any subtle sensations you're feeling. And let's gently open our eyes and start to move with the breath. So with your inhale, let's guide our arms up, palms face forward, lean back. And exhale, fold forward into Uttanasana. Hands come down onto the mat. Inhale, let's look up with a flat spine. Exhale, plant your hands, jump or step back into high plank. Let's lower, Chaturanga Dandasana, hugging the elbows to the side. Inhale, upward facing dog, shoulders drawn down your back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, so our feet are hip width distance apart. We're really steady to the feet and the hands. And then let's come really high up onto our toes and start to wave forward with the spine so that we come with our shoulders over our wrists. And then exhale, let's come back down, facing dog, plant your heels down. Keep moving with your breath. Inhale, your heels lift. We start to wave forward, shoulders over your wrists. And exhale back, downward facing dog. Again, same movement, heels lift, wave forward, and downward facing dog. Let's do two more. Moving with your own breath, find your own rhythm, and try to get tons of mobility through the spine here. So it's coming like a wave. Last one. Good. Inhale, let's lift our right leg up. Come high up onto your left toes and step your right foot to the outside edge of your right hand. Now your left foot steps to the outside edge of your left hand and sink down into a low squat. Hands come in front of your chest into prayer. Let's take 2 breaths here as we steady into the feet. Good. Let's reach our arms straight out in front of us, palms facing one another. With your inhale, we're going to lift our sit bones up just slightly. And exhale back down. Good. So deep full breaths here. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Belly button is drawn towards the spine, strong through the lower abs. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Good. This time, inhale, straighten the legs all the way up. Reach your arms straight up towards the ceiling. Exhale your hands to heart center, squat back down. Good, let's plant our hands, jump or step back into high plank. Let's lower Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, we're gonna move through the spine with our waves again. So come high up onto your toes, inhale yourself forward, and exhale back, downward facing dog. Again, high onto your heels or onto your toes, wave forward. Exhale down. Good. Let's do 2 more here. Move with your own breath. Find your own pace, your own rhythm. Last one. Good. Plant your heels down. Your right foot stays steady. Inhale, lift your left foot up. Come high onto your right toes and step your left foot to the outer edge of your left hand. Right foot steps forward, drop down, low squat here. Good. Come steady here just for 2 breaths. Shoulders are rolling down your back, really tall through the spine. Reach the chest forward. Now let's guide our hands out in front of us, palms facing one another. With your next inhale, let's guide our sit bones up just slightly. And exhale back down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale down. This time, inhale all the way up, straighten your legs, reach your arms up. Exhale your hands to your heart center. Bend down into your low squat. Let's plant our hands. Jump or step back into high plank. Take your vinyasa, so shoulders over your wrists. Let's lower. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Take 3 breaths here. Become steady with your feet and your hands. Maybe close your eyes and really drop into our breath here. Good. Once again, let's send our right toes up towards the ceiling. Come high up onto your left toes. Let's step our right foot to the outside edge of our right hand. Left hand walks off your mat just slightly. And inhale your right arm up towards the ceiling. This back leg is lifted and engaged, and we're sinking nice and deep into this front knee. Gaze can come up towards your fingertips if that's okay with the neck. Good. Once again, we're going to create a little movement with our breath. So right hand is going to plant to the inside edge of your right foot, and walk your right foot in just slightly. Spin your left foot so it's planting down onto the mat, and inhale your left arm up towards the ceiling. Once again, drop your left hand down into the mat. Spin your back heel up towards the ceiling and inhale your right arm up. So now we know the movement. We're going to take a few more rounds like this. Right hand plants, drop your left heel down, inhale left arm up. Left hand plants down onto the mat, lift your back heel up and inhale your right arm up. Last time, move with your breath, right hand plants. Drop your back heel, inhale left arm up. Good. This time, let's bring both hands to the inside edge of that right foot. Spin your back heel up and drop your left knee down onto the mat. Breathe here. So we want to be active with the hands. They're pulling the mat back towards us, starting to send our chest forward and long through the neck. For some of you, if you have the space to move deeper, you can come down onto your forearms and breathe. Walk back up onto our hands. Inhale, straighten your back leg and step back, downward facing dog. And then we'll switch sides. Inhale, let's lift our left leg up towards the ceiling, come high up onto your right toes. First, find the length. And then when you're ready, inhale, step your left foot to the outside edge of your left hand. Your right hand walks a little bit wider off your mat, and let's send our left fingertips up towards the ceiling. So the toes are active, that heel is nice and strong, and the entire back line is lifting here. Good. Let's work with our movement. Drop your left hand down to the inside edge of your left foot. Left foot can walk in just slightly. Now spin your right heel down and inhale your right arm up towards the ceiling. Good. Again, right hand plants, lift your back heel, and then let's start to send our left fingertips up. Do a few more just like this. Left hand drops. Your heel drops down. Inhale, right arm up. Again. Right hand plants. Lift your back heel. Left arm up. Good. This time, let's bring both hands to the inside edge of that left foot. You drop your right knee, and you either work here with the position, strong with the legs, or you can drop down onto your forearms for a few breaths. So anytime we find stagnant postures here, or we hold them a little bit longer, really drop back into the natural rhythm of your breath. Slow it down. See if you can become extremely present here in the body. So just notice your hands touching the mat. Notice your feet touching the mat. Let's walk our hands back. Inhale, straighten our right leg, and step back, downward facing dog. Let's bring our gaze forward. Jumper step to the top of your mat. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, nice and strong. And arms to heart center and by your side into Samasthiti. Good, let's take a step back. Nice wide step with the right foot. Right toes are gonna point towards the back, left angle towards the side. Inhale your arms up and move into Utthita Trikonasana. Right hand is gonna plant onto your right shin, left arm up towards the ceiling. If you have more space, this right hand can drop onto the top of your foot or inside edge of that right foot. Create tons of space and length through the right side of the body and reach a little bit more with those left fingertips. Beautiful. Now let's drop your left arm across that left ear. Really draw in through the abs and reach your right arm up. Now with your next inhale, let's guide our torso back up through center. Exhale, let's come back down. Halfway. Inhale up. Good. Exhale down. So the key here is to really steady into the feet. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good. Let's bring our right hand back down onto the mat. Drop your left fingertips, and we're going to start to walk our hands through center. Spin the right foot so that your feet are parallel with one another now. Ground down strongly and walk your hands out in front of you. Good. Now really working into the lower back here. Again, walk those fingertips as far as you can and start to lift and hover them off the mat. Keep your neck long. Keep pulling up on the pelvic floor. And with your inhale, let's come halfway up with your torso. And exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. How long can you stay here? Inhale up. The back of the legs are engaged. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Let's continue to walk our hands around. Your left toes spin to face the front of the room. And we move into Utthita Trikonasana on the left. Left hand onto your shin. Right arm up towards the ceiling. Very good. Now same idea here on this side. Let's start to reach this top arm across our ear. Your left arm is going to come up, and then we'll start to move with the breath. Inhale, let's guide ourselves all the way up. Good. And exhale down, hover. Inhale up. Exhale down. So it takes a ton of strength here. Really use your core muscles as you're guiding yourself up. Down. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale down. Left hand plants down onto the mat. Once again, let's start to walk our hands back through center. This time, continue to walk all the way around, surrounding your right foot. Now, right toes point towards the back, left foot steps in, and is also pointing towards the back here. And let's walk our fingertips out in front of us. Drop your gaze down towards your toes so you have a nice long neck. Again, let's bring our palms facing one another, but nice and wide apart. Inhale, let's come halfway up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Your belly button's hugging back towards your spine. Exhale down. We have two more here. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Let's walk all the way through center and continue on to the left side. Left toes forward, right toes step in and are also pointing forward. Walk your arms out in front of you. Now to begin, again, draw your shoulders back onto the back body. Let's engage to the lower abs and inhale, let's come halfway up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Two more here. Find your breath. Down. Last one. And down. Good. Your right foot is going to step forward to meet your left. And just relax here. You can bend your knees as much as you need. Relax through the neck. Grab onto opposite elbow. Maybe swinging from side to side, just releasing after all of that intense back work. Good. Let's plant your hands, jump or step back into high plank. And then this time, let's lower ourselves all the way down onto our bellies. Beautiful. So let's reach our arms straight out in front of us. Just a set up here. So you want your pelvis to be pressing strongly down into the mat. Pinky edge of the foot, also grounding down strongly. And then you want to engage through that inner line. So the legs are nice and strong. Now let's start to interlace the hands behind the back. And with your next inhale, let's lift up. Arms reaching up towards the ceiling, lifting through the shoulders. Good, keep lifting through the chest. Bring your arms around towards the front. And then we're gonna bend the elbows, hugging them to the side, lift a little bit higher. And exhale, release. Press your forehead down into the mat. One breath here. And we're gonna do that one more time. Interlace your hands behind your back. Inhale, let's lift. Beautiful. Keep those legs engaged as you guide your arms towards the front of the room. Now let's bend the elbows, lifting a little bit higher. And exhale, release. From here, we're gonna bend both knees and come around for Dhanurasana. So catching on to the tops of our feet. Now, for some of us, this might be just where we work. It might be intense in itself. If you have the space and the strength to move on, you're gonna start to kick your feet back in towards your hand, lifting up through the chest. You're gonna keep kicking, keep lifting, long through the neck. Guide your toes together for 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful, let's release. Forehead plants down onto the mat, hands beside your chest. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Gaze comes forward. We're gonna step our right foot in between our hands. Drop your left knee down onto the mat. Good, so just take a moment here to set up. We're stacking that front knee directly over your ankle, fingertips pressing strongly. Let's settle back into the breath. And we're gonna work a prep posture for our full splits. So with your next inhale, let's start to send our sit bones back, straighten through the right leg, right toes come up, and gaze drops back. Good. Let's guide back forward, bending into that front knee, right foot plants, reach to the crown of the head. And exhale, bend back down. Front leg is straight, sit bones back. Let's take one more of those, bending into that front knee. And exhale back. Now you're more than welcome to stay here, or if you want to start to work into your full split, start to inch that right foot forward as far as the body allows, so that you can still keep this right hip pulling back, left hip forward. And then when you've hit kind of your max point, I want you to take 3 breaths here. Maybe close the eyes, become really steady and present in the stillness in the body. Beautiful. Let's start to unwind from the posture, making your way back into downward facing dog. Good, let's switch sides. Inhale, step that left foot forward. Drop your right knee down. Again, first find your front foot, organize the body, pull the shoulders back away from your ears. Good. And then let's move with the breath as you inhale, straighten the left leg, left toes come up. Push your sit bones back towards your right heel. Good. Let's guide that left knee forward, sinking nice and deep, reach through the chest. And then straighten through that front leg, sitting back. Good, our exhale guides us back forward. And our inhale guides us back. Good, and then let's start to inch that left foot forward, coming into our splits on the left. Now if this is so intense, see if you can close your eyes and start to spread that intensity from the back of the legs. Spread it out to your toes, out to your fingertips, out through the crown of the head. Very good. As we unwind from the posture, let's make our way into high plank. Shoulders over your wrists, let's take a vinyasa together. Let's bend the elbows, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Gaze comes forward, let's jump all the way through onto your seat. Take your legs straight out in front of you for a simple forward seated fold. So taking your time to arrive here. There's 2 ways of doing this posture. We can create a nice tall, long spine and keep the gaze straight forward. Or sometimes it feels really good just to curl into oneself, releasing through the spine. So maybe just notice what your body is calling you towards today. So with all this movement, all this excitement into the body. See if now when we slow things down, if you can drop back into the breath. Remember, we're working to unwind and release, making space, and just releasing those patterns that no longer serve us. Let's walk our hands back up. Now working into the abs. So let's bend the knees, heels onto the mat. We're gonna come into Navasana or half Navasana, boat posture here. So we're gonna start to tip back, bringing more weight onto your tailbone and become really light into your toes here. So some of you might be just working here. Some of you might be holding onto the back of your legs, okay? Full posture is to either have your knees bent here or legs straight. Good, sit up a little taller, breathe. Good, now let's slowly hover the posture down. Good. Take 2 breaths here. You might be shaking just like I am, and then come back up. Very good. I'm gonna do 2 more rounds of that. So let's take a couple breaths here. And then let's hover. Long through the neck. Good, and back up. Very good. Breathe into the intensity. See if you can just stay here. You're not here for very much longer. And then last one, let's hover. Good. Inhale back up, and then hug your knees in. Rock from side to side. Take 2 deep breaths into the body. And with every exhale you take, you want to think of it as this form of release, this letting go. Okay. Let's come to lay flat onto our backs. We're going to set the body up to take 3 back bends. We're going to move quite quickly through them, and I'm going to walk you through different stages. So depending on where your body's sitting today, you can stop wherever is best for you. So knees up towards the ceiling, feet flat onto the mat. You should be able to graze your heels with your fingertips and then plant your hands by your side. Inhale, let's lift our pelvis up. Good. You can either stay here or bring your hands onto our lower back for step 2. Walk your elbows more underneath you. Again, if you're adding on, hands come beside your ears, fingertips pointing towards your heels. Ground strongly through the hands and feet and maybe push onto the crown of the head. And if you're still adding on, maybe you're pushing into your full wheel. Straightening through the arms and the legs. We'll breathe here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's return onto our back. Take 1 breath here. Exhale through the mouth. And let's move into our second set. So whatever stage is best for you, you can move there now. And then when we're all up, we'll breathe here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's come all the way down. Tuck your chin. Lie flat. 1 breath. And last time. If you are dreading this last one, it gives us even more reason to push past and do it. Good. Once we're up, we're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Tuck your chin. Lie flat onto our back. And then I want you to find stillness here. So rest your arms by your side. Close your eyes. And rest into the sensations swirling around the body. Notice what comes up for you with these really deep openings. Okay, let's bring our knees in towards our chest. Wrapping your arms around, maybe rocking from side to side. And let's open our arms up nice and wide. Drop your knees over to the right. Gaze comes towards our left fingertips. Your knees back up through center, switching sides. Now we're slowing everything down. The breath is slowing down. The mind should be slowing down. Let's inhale our knees back up through center. Let's take a couple of rocks here back up onto our seat. Coming to sit nice and tall at the top of your mat. Let's bring our hands in front of heart center and take 2 deep breaths into the body. And then when you're ready, very gently opening your eyes back into the space just there in front of you. And thank you very much, everyone. Namaste.